Deuteronomy 22, verse 13. Title of the message, marriage and giving in marriage. Well, marrying and giving in marriage. So we will understand when we get to the New Testament, it'll flow well with you. Because the Old Testament going to give you all the foundation you need to understand what Jesus and the prophets are talking about. But if you don't understand what's in the Old, how can you understand what they talk about in the New?
That's right.
This is what we're trying to figure out. I ain't saying I'm completely right. Hey, every man and woman work out their own salvation, but this is the only thing God gave me. Verse 13, go ahead, brother.
If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give occasions of speech against her, bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I find her not a maid.
So this man took this wife, this virgin and daughter, that's all he's saying, virgin, he went into her and found out she wasn't a virgin. And the father promised him that she was a virgin. Now this is what he said about hated her, or finding some type of, she'd been out there fornicating before marriage. Fornication and marriage, one and the same. This before he, like I say, they married, then they went into intercourse at the time. But listen what he said that the father did. Go ahead.
15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
Well, tokens of virginity meaning that the sheep that they laid upon to have sex. When a man and a woman have an intercourse, the woman, she's a virgin, they're gonna break the seal of her body, and she's gonna release some blood. This is what he's talking about right here. He's gonna bring that before the city and let them know, hey, she was a virgin, gonna hold it up. Go ahead.
And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. And lo, he had given occasion of speech against her, saying, I find not thy daughter a maid.
Wait a minute, how you find out that his daughter wasn't a maid? Yeah, a maid is a virgin. I found out that she wasn't pure. I wasn't the first driver. Now, this is what the father says right here now. Go ahead.
And yet these are the tokens of my father's virginity, and they shall spread a cloth before the elders of the city.
Proof. Hold the sheet up. Hey, yes I did, because I was standing outside with him, wait for them to bring that sheet to me. DNA in our day. This is what it's talking about. Go ahead.
18. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him.
Take him and chastise him now. Like, you gonna wife this girl. You gonna wife. Go ahead.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver.
So you got to pay 100 shekels of silver because he's sitting up that line. Go ahead.
And give them unto the father of the damsel, because he had brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel.
A virgin. She was a virgin when I gave it to you. Go ahead.
And she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days.
Well, y'all seen the marriage ceremony right here. He went into her on the sheet. This is what we got to understand. So we get to the New Testament, we have the foundation of the Old. Go ahead.
But if this thing be true, and the token of virginity be not found for the damsel.
Understand this, women, this is how you were dealt with. If it be true that you wasn't a virgin when he gave her, this is what happened to women. See, they just chastised the man because the man can have more than one wife. But the woman, this is what they did to her. Go ahead.
Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die.
You see what happened? Stone with stone that she'll die there. Hey, we found that you wasn't a virgin. You lied. And her father and her out, they were stoned. He couldn't do nothing about it. Well, yeah, a lot of people stone today. Go ahead.
Because she has wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shall thou put evil away from among you.
You notice it ain't equal in this time. Why didn't they stone the man? They just made him pay double the portion of endowment. He's supposed to pay 50 shekels, they made him pay 100. Because a man can have more than one wife back then. King Solomon had 700 wives. Our father Jacob had 4 wives. But you ain't see no woman that was mentioned in this Bible had more than one wife that were righteous. More than one husband, excuse me, that were righteous. This is how it was. And it's going to go back there in the future as we're going to read later on. Go ahead.
22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband,
Right.
then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel.
So if he found laying with a woman that ain't here, both of them died. Both of them died. He said, if a man found lying with a woman married to a husband, she married, she got found out fornicating or committed adultery, they was killed, both of them. Period. Go ahead.
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her,
He said, if a virgin, betrothed, meaning engaged or promised to a husband, and then he talking about this man found her and lie with her, this is what happened to him. Go ahead.
then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he has humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
So he went into another man's wife. You can't commit adultery like they're going into another man's wife and the damsel, which is the lady. This is what's going down right here.
Wow.
Now he said something right here about being stoned. Let's look at the marriage of Mary and Joseph. Let's go to Matthew chapter 1, verse 18. Like I said, there's 2 ways you can look at this. A marriage, sex, and being promised to a man. Push the AC at the second session. Y'all cold? Every good? All right.
Yes, sir. Stay cool.
Let's look at Mary and Joseph. Let's see how God considered their marriage and what made them married. Matthew chapter 1, verse 18. Go ahead.
Now the birth of Jesus Christ was on this wise, when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost.
Espoused, promised, betrothed, engaged, whichever way you want to put it. That was his wife. That was preordained that he's supposed to marry her. Before they even came to lay with each other, she was found with child, found with Christ. Go ahead.
Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man.
Wait a minute. Joseph, her what?
Husband.
He was married to her. Espoused, betrothed. Like we read in Deuteronomy chapter 22 about when a man lie with a woman who's betrothed or engaged to another man's marriage. You can't do that. But Joseph seen that she was with child. He said, man, this woman did something, that had sex before him. He was about to put her away. But he's going to do it privately because he knew the law. She was supposed to die.
That's right.
But the angel came to Joseph and told him something. Go ahead.
Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man, and not willing to put her a public example, was minded to put her away privately.
He didn't want to make it public. He loved Mary. So he tried to do it privately. So the angel had to go and work Joseph's mind out like, look, man, this stuff already been prophesied that the virgin gonna bear virgin gonna bear the son, the King of Kings. Look at this, look at the angel. Go ahead.
But while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream,
Yes,
saying,
sir.
Joseph, thy son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost.
He said, don't worry about it. That was in her is from God. God put that baby there. Wasn't no man lay with her. He just fashioned a body, and he put that body inside of Mary. Period. Folks say, how you gonna do that without a man? You ask me how he created the sun then. Ask me how he weighed the wind.
Come on, bro.
All this stupid stuff that goes on in Israel. Said a woman can't have a baby unless she have a man. It right down. God put it there. The one that made Adam from the dirt of the ground. How you gonna tell him he can't do this? Come on. Go ahead.
21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
This is what went down. I want to show you the other way, which is Mary and Joseph didn't even lie with each other. But they was promised to each other, a betrothed, or a spouse, or whatever way you want to put it. So you make an engagement to marry this woman, y'all supposed to get together. Hey, follow through with it. Went through the necessary preparation to do this. The only way I can see you get out of it, you go and tell your daddy, like I found something in the dad, I can't do this. And he has the power to stop it. Very, very, very important. In the Saudi households today, very few men to stop it. That's why we have what's going on now. Folks are having fornication, commit adultery all over the world. Because of this. Nobody knows how God considers marriage. Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 24. Let's go back and read it with some understanding. Read that last one. Make sense? He said Joseph wanted to put away privately, not publicly. How do you put away publicly? What we read right here in verse 24. Deuteronomy 22 and verse 24. This is what Joseph should have did with Mary. But he said, no, I don't want to do it like that. How he loved her. Verse 24, go ahead. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 24.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stone that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he has humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
This is what's going down. Go ahead.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
This is the time when a woman is raped.
That's right.
And a lot of people say, well, I raped her, she my wife. No, brother, you can't do that. They kill you for that. He said, when a man betrothed a damsel in the field, which is engaged to a damsel in the field, and force himself on her, and lie with her, then the man only shall die. He gonna die. Go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises against his neighbor, and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
There's no sin on her, or she did nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong. It's about the man what he did wrong. Go ahead.
For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
They went on to save her. The rape case. Go ahead.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has humbled her. He may not put her away all his days.
So you got to pay an endowment. That's the endowment to the husband, 50 shekels. Got to pay it. But we need to up in verse verse 19, he had to pay 100 shekels when he told his lie. About, no, she wasn't a virgin. You understand what we're talking about here? This is what we're talking about. Marrying and getting into marriage. Let's keep moving. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and 1. Let's get more detail on marriage. But when we go in the New Testament, we'll kind of understand how God sees it and what we're supposed to do. And I ain't saying I totally work the kinks out of all this, what we're teaching about marriage. Because this blew me. Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1. Let's get more detail on marriage. People say, well, I'm already married. I don't even know this. Yes, you do. You Israel, you keep them a priest. Somebody going to ask you about this, and then you're going to say, oh, I don't know. We are keeping them a priest, men and women. You got to know how to instruct them. If you don't know how to instruct them, that blood is going to be on your hand. Because God said, Jeff preached that to you? But you sit there, I don't even know all this right here. All right, you got to know this. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and 1. Go ahead.
Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
You don't supposed to be touching on women. That touching is sexually too. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Go find your husband. Go find your wife. Your own. Go ahead.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto her husband.
That's a due benevolence. Respect her. Respect her. Y'all might get in some arguments and left and right, but you don't disrespect her, call out her name, or disrespect her in front of her peers or in front of people. You don't disrespect her like that. Because she's your number one priority, husband. Your wife, not your mama, not your daddy, not your grandma, not nobody. It's your wife. She's number one priority. Go ahead.
The wife has not power of her own body, but the husband.
Understand this about the wife. You ain't got no power on your own body. You can't have a headache all the time, man. The man want to lay with you. You got to perform your duty. Go ahead.
And likewise also the husband has not power of his own body, but the wife.
Man, you can't be saying, I'm tired, I just working all day, I can't. No, you better go take some energy pills or something. Get yourself up. And nobody telling you, you can't just, all right, understand she might be tired or he might be tired. You should understand that. But this is talking about don't defraud each other from each other, because Satan gonna come in and bring somebody by that man or woman that she like. Attractive woman, or a man that will listen to her. And he attractive for the woman. And now she goes looking like, man, wish my man act like that. Oh man, I sure wish my wife looked like this and be eager to, lay with me all the time. This is stuff goes on. This is what Satan gonna put in front of you. Gonna put in front of you. You gotta know how to get away from that.
That's right.
And you got to have that responsibility to each other and make sure you don't get that mind going. But go ahead.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency.
God said, don't stay away from each other for one time, fasting and prayer. That's it. Why? So Satan won't tempt you. Satan gonna run somebody across your eyes, who gonna talk to you good, who gonna listen to you, whatever which way that he knows that you will respond. You will respond. And that's what people don't understand by Satan. But that cat is smart. Cat is smart. We can only fight him through the word.
Amen.
We can only fight him through the word.
That's right.
But this is what the responsibility of a husband and a wife when you're dealing with don't defraud each other or sexually defraud each other. Jump down to verse 8. Go ahead.
I say therefore to the unmarried
Talking about the unmarried. Go ahead.
and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Paul was a eunuch. He wasn't married. He wasn't no sodomite neither. He wasn't no gay person. He chose not to. He chose to be dedicated to the Lord. Period. And he said to burn, meaning like you burn in the lake of fire. That's what he's talking about. And also lusting too. But go ahead.
And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Let not the wife depart from her husband. Don't
Don't depart from your husband because you're going through some time. Go ahead.
and if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
He said if she depart, but she will remain unmarried. That's why you got to make sure you marry the right man, woman. So you ain't got them options. That's your husband till he dies. Go ahead.
Or be reconciled to her husband.
Or you get things reconciled, you recover back to your husband. Go ahead.
And let not the husband put away his wife.
That means don't divorce your wife, husband, just because she ain't doing what you want her to do. She ain't looking as good, she put on a little weight, she ain't carrying herself well. Hey, that's what you married. You got to whip her back in shape. Or whip her back whatever way you want to whip her so you can get it the way you like. You got to invest in her. This is what he's talking about here. He don't want divorce. God hates divorce.
Yes, he does.
He hates it. But if you do this, but keep moving. He gonna tell you this. Go ahead.
But to the rest speak I, not the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
If any brother has a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
So if she don't believe and she doing her responsibility, she cooking, she cleaning, she taking care of the kid, she not there committed though, she just don't believe in this book. Deal with her. You married to her. She just don't believe. She performing her rightfully do this. Don't put her away. Maybe because she see you and how you operate and changing, she might come over to that side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go to the extreme with this. Oh, I gotta get rid of her because she don't even love the Lord. No. No, that family, God said he don't care who it is. Once it's joined, he don't want you to separate. Period. Go ahead.
13. And the woman which has a husband that believeth not,
So he's talking about the woman who has a husband that don't